Of all Nen abilities, the Specialist Ability Group is the most varied and has many strong characters. While there are those who excel in combat ability, there are also those who exert great power in support rather than attack power. With a wide range and the ability to do many things, this is a popular ability group among fans of the series, as it includes some cool abilities. Hello, this is the Hunter x Hunter Institute. In this video, we will introduce the strongest specialist Nen users by ranking them. Since this is based on our personal opinion and bias, you may feel different about the ranking. So please enjoy watching this while thinking about your own ranking. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please tell us your ranking of the characters in the comments. What are specialists? Specialization is one of the 6 types of Nen abilities and are slightly different from the other 5 types. Although there are advantages and disadvantages to Nen abilities, in general, the other 5 types of Nen abilities can be acquired through training. However, it is absolutely impossible to acquire specialization Nen through training. People who can use specialist Nen abilities either have them innately due to their special bloodline or upbringing, or their ability changes to a specialist ability due to some sort of influence. Because the manifestation of specialists is very low, their abilities are often powerful and difficult to deal with in combat. According to Hisoka's aura personality analysis, they are defined as individualistic and charismatic. When using the water divination method to determine one's aura type, a completely different change occurs to the water if the user is a specialist, compared to the other 5 Nen ability types. These changes include the water beginning to boil or giving off a strange odor. Now, let's take a look at the ranking of these specialist ability users. Number 9. Neon. Neon is the daughter of the head of the Nostrad family, a mafia family that appeared in the York New City arc. She was spoiled by her father, so she is quite selfish and likes shopping. One tantrum will have her spinning around her Nen user bodyguards until she is exhausted. Her Nen ability is called Lovely Ghostwriter. Neon is a Nen ability user who did not have to train to obtain her abilities, but rather was born with them. It's enviable to be born with the Nen ability. Her ability allows her to predict other people's futures. The predictions are written in the form of 4-line poems that she writes down unconsciously, and each line is believed to suggest what will happen each week of the current month. Pakunoda died by the prediction, while other members of the Phantom Troupe were able to avoid death by following the warnings that were written in Neon's prediction. There are rumors among fans that the effects of this ability is still alive. The reason is that Shalnark met his death under similar circumstances to those that were described. Although her ability itself was stolen by Chrollo and could no longer be used by her, but given that her ability disappears from Chrollo's skill hunter at some point, it is suspected that she may already be dead. Number 8. Binolt. Binolt is a wanted criminal for murder who attacked Gon, Killua, and Biscuit when they just started playing the Greed Island game. He tries to kill Gon and his allies, but was overpowered by Biscuit. For the next 2 weeks, he was forced to train with Gon and Killua, and they eventually became stronger than Binolt. His Nen ability is called Scissor Hands. By cutting his target's hair with his favorite scissors and eating it, Binolt can learn any physique-related information about his opponent. It's a very perverted ability, isn't it? However, this is how Biscuit's age was revealed for the first time when he ate her hair. And because of her age, Binolt decided to fight her through hand-to-hand combat rather than with his scissors. As a result, he was defeated by Biscuit and became Gon and Killua's training partner, but he surrendered to Gon's straightforward attitude and spirit. He was allowed to leave the island on the condition that he would turn himself in. Although his ability is a specialist type, it is not very strong because it has no applicability other than to learn information about the opponent, and it is only activated through cutting and eating one's hair. Number 7. Leol. Leol is a lion-shaped chimera ant who also served as a squadron leader. He is a very meticulous and ambitious person who tries to profit by getting around in the organization, and he was in direct contact with Neferpitou. His Nen ability is called Rental Pod. It is an ability that allows him to temporarily borrow the Nen abilities of other people that owe him a favor. To access a borrowed Nen ability, Leol uses his IOU dispenser to print out and tear a receipt. Once it is torn, the ability is activated. The rental period of the ability lasts 1 hour and can only be used once. There are 2 conditions for borrowing an ability. First, he must know the name of the ability or have seen it being used. Second, he must do the owner of the ability a favor, and he must confirm acceptance of the debt with the owner. He measures the time of his rental by listening to music with earphones on his dispenser. Simply put, Leol's Nen ability is not as effective as Chrollo's ability Skill Hunter, but the conditions under which the ability can be borrowed are rather loose. Unlike Skill Hunter, Leol is able to use both of his hands while the ability is activated. Number 6. Pakunoda. Pakunoda is a member of the Phantom Troupe and a glamorous woman wearing a suit with a large opening near her chest. She is tall with an aquiline nose and long eyelashes and has a cool and righteous personality. In the Phantom Troupe, she is in charge of interrogation and information collection. The name of her Nen ability is unknown, but they include the ability to read memories, the ability to materialize a gun, and shoot something called a memory bomb from said gun. Her ability to read memories is activated by touching people or objects. In the case of reading the memories of objects, she can read information about events or people associated with the object. In the case of humans, she can read the memories associated with questions that Pakunoda asks them. But what is read by her is not what they want her to see, but it is the deepest and original memories, which cannot be falsified or resisted in any way. However, even if her target knew some sort of information, if Pakunoda did not ask any questions that are tied to the information, then it cannot be read. When she was trying to use her ability to get more information about the chain guy from Gon and Killua, since they didn't understand that the chain guy was referring to Kurapika, she could not get any information about him from them. However, don't you think that this is an amazing ability because the interrogator is in control? In addition, the memory bomb emitted from her pistol has the ability to put the red memories or her own memories into the bullet. The person shot by this bullet can obtain the memory contained in it. When Pakunoda was chained up by Kurapika's judgment chain, to protect her comrades, she gathered all the information she had, put it into a bullet, and passed it on to the members of the Phantom Troupe before meeting her demise. We were surprised to see a character who chose to die for their allies in the Phantom Troupe, which is thought to be a brutal group of murderers. We really enjoyed this episode because of this. Number 5. Meleoron. Meleoron is a chameleon-type chimera ant who is a former squadron leader. After the queen's death, he sets out on a journey to become a king with his subordinates. His 3 Nen abilities include turning invisible, perfect plan, and God's accomplice. Firstly, he can become transparent like a chameleon. He was able to use this ability to become imperceptible by Ramat when he was trying to figure out his Nen ability. The second ability, perfect plan, allows him to be ignored by all recognition while he holds his breath. However, his presence can still be detected by remaining scents and bloodstain, so there's still a risk of being hit by an attack while the ability is in use. Meleoron can hold his breath for a maximum of about 2 minutes. This is already quite powerful, but his third ability, God's Accomplice, is set to make him one of the strongest Nen users in the series. During the activation of the perfect plan, the effects are applied to anyone that Meleoron is touching. The effects are also applied to their Nen abilities as well, so it can be used without being noticed. This combination allowed Meleoron to make a great contribution in battles against the guards, fighting alongside Knuckle while remaining unnoticed by Youpi, and teaming up with Killua, dropping bolts of lightning and preventing Youpi's movements. It is said that his abilities are so promising that he could have defeated the king with someone other than Knuckle. Number 4. Tserriednich. Tserriednich is a prince of the Kakan Empire who first appears in the Dark Continent arc. He is the last owner of the Scarlet Eyes and the person who posted videos of a large number of eyes on the dark web and is currently Kurapika's target. He is quite cruel and not only collects human body parts, but also disassembles young women he brings to hotels he owns, making him a snuff maniac and a psychopath. Until the Succession War begins, he did not know about the existence of Nen abilities and was behind the other princes in knowledge. But once he learned about it, he acquired his abilities faster than even Gon and Killua, who were said to be 1 in a million geniuses. In the result of the water divination test, it was revealed that he was a specialist user. His leaves wilted and the water boiled and emitted a rotten smell. His subordinate, Theta, told him, "What a sinister aura, and you should not teach someone like this Nen abilities," and views him very dangerously. His ability has no name yet, but it is extremely scary as it allows him to see and alter the future 10 seconds from now. By closing his eyes and activating Zetsu, he can see a 10-second predictive dream in an instant. Even if he changes his own actions after seeing the dream, dream, others will not recognize it and will behave exactly as they did in his dream. If he continues his Zetsu after the 10 seconds, he can continue to see more into the future, and at the same time, he can also change the actions of the first 10 seconds of reality that has started to move. In addition, during his training, he subconsciously produces a Nen beast of the specialization type from instinct, and its ability and strength are unknown. Number 3. Kurapika. Kurapika is of course one of the main characters of Hunter x Hunter and the last surviving member of the Kurta Clan that was destroyed by the Phantom Troupe. He became a hunter to seek revenge on his kin and to regain the stolen eyes of his companions. Normally, he uses 5 chains as a conjuration type Nen user, but when his scarlet eyes are activated, he becomes a specialist ability user. This ability is called Emperor Time. It allows him to utilize all types of Nen to 100% efficiency and increases his aura. However, the recoil is intense, and if used for a long time, he will fall into fatigue and sleep for several days. It is also very painful during activation. In addition, it was revealed that there is an incredible restriction that for every second of activation, the life expectancy is reduced by 1 hour. However, of course, the strength of the ability is out of the ordinary, and if Holy Chain is used during the Emperor Time activation, recovery power can be greatly increased. For example, instantly healing his arm that was broken by Uvogin. It was also possible to cause damage to Uvogin, the strongest enhancer in the Phantom Troupe, with just a punch. Although the ability is powerful, the constraints on it are also large, and in the Succession War, he overused his ability and collapsed. He used Emperor Time for 12 hours with no stops, carving away 5 years of his life. This depiction of him getting closer and closer to death is very worrying. Number 2. Neferpitou. Neferpitou is a cat-type chimera ant who is one of the king's royal guard. Their personality is fickle and changeable. They tend to get carried away when they are having fun and are also very loyal to the king. They have a very eerie aura, and the radius of it can span a maximum of 2 kilometers. The results of their water divination tests show that they are a specialist Nen user, but they use many abilities in combination, such as manipulation type and conjuration type abilities. They have an ability to create toy puppets, an ability called Dr. Blythe, and an ability called Terpsichora. Dr. Blythe is the ability to manifest a surgical puppet and allow for physical repair and modification, but it cannot revive the deceased, it only prevents them from decaying. Terpsichora is the ability that Neferpitou manifests when they fight with all their strength, summoning a puppet in the shape of a ballerina and manipulating Pitou themselves with thread to fight. After being defeated by Gon, they became a post-mortem Nen and manipulated their body to tear off Gon's arm. Number 1. Chrollo. Chrollo is a leader of the Phantom Troupe, known for being cold, knowledgeable, and possessing high leadership and charisma. His ability is called Skill Hunter. He can steal others' Nen abilities and use it as his own by satisfying 4 conditions. The stolen abilities are sealed in his bandit's secret book, and the person it was stolen from will be unable to use that ability from then on. However, it is difficult to satisfy the conditions, and stealing abilities from strong opponents is difficult. But if he carefully prepares and gathers the necessary abilities in advance, he can almost be invincible. During the battle against Hisoka, he successfully gathered the necessary abilities and overpowered Hisoka. The abilities used at the time included the newly obtained ability Double Face, Cortopi's Gallery Fake, Shawnark's Black Voice, Meteor City's Elders Sun and Moon, and Convert Hands. By using a combination of these abilities, Hisoka was helpless and lost the battle. Chrollo declared that he would achieve 100% victory, and he did exactly that, making him even cooler. And this concludes the ranking of the most powerful specialist type ability users. Specialist users only manifest in a special bloodline, so there are few Nen users with this type of ability, although there were few characters in this ranking who are not fighters. The abilities themselves are still very powerful. Which ability do you like the most? What do you guys think? Please tell us your thoughts in the comments. We'll continue to post videos to show how great Hunter x Hunter is, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That's all for today. See you in the next video.